We need peace. Maintain a institution community.
We have lots of people who are failing to get the atmosphere, the ground to speak out. This workshop, this program becomes some kind of a mother, someone where one can actually stand up without any fear.
I'm sure this workshop has acted as a shepherd for future events that might take place, especially elections. Well, I find it very, very important because it cuts across a wide spectrum of society, the politicians, the civil servants, the traditional leaders, councillors.
We want this thing to be owned by you. Chive chenyu. And it's zvirauti nyangwe namafambisiko acho noburongwa hwacho humwe huchitiwa ngazvirongewe zvichiplaniwa nemwe. And it's kusina kuti isu todini toita withdraw tiripo tifamba tose pamwe chete. Isu chaitifadza ndechekuti isu tive mukati muburongwa huchange huchiitika paroll out ngatingati paper way forward.
In an effort to spread peace to all Zimbabweans, ECLF, in partnership with Youth for Today and Tomorrow, YTT, initiated a Youth for Peace and Reconciliation, run by young people in Kezi district. The project aims to nurture the values and goals of all young people planning for a happy and peaceful nation, and embracing mutual respect within all sectors of society, a useful initiative not just for today, but for the future.
We are doing a project here in Matopo district in Kezi. It's a peace-building project, conflict resolution and management of conflict within their communities. We are helping young people, instead of them to be roaming around the street, to be able to do something constructive with their lives. We are slightly different from the old adage which says youth are our future. We are saying no, they are not only the future, they are the present. They have to learn to be responsible from the present to the future.
Lazarus works with a group of youth in a brick-making peace-building project. He explains how working with other young people from different backgrounds as a team has molded him into someone who sees the future differently from the way he did before.
Sisebenza singama-youth, siyenza iprojekthi yokuchaya izitina. Sisebenza le ecumenical forum, sisebenza labafundisi le YTT. So iprogram leyi yiyo eyenze sayaqalisa ukuchaya izitina, ngoba sinanzelela ukuthi izifundo kade besifundisa zona ziyasakha zisihlangane zisenze zakwanisa ukuthi sihlangane siyenze ezinye izinto empilweni esingasincedisa. So ngemva kokuba zingakafiki lezi zifundo besingela amacebo ukuthi singahlangana.
The excitement when we started as Economical Church Leaders Forum, we were to consider and say, how can we also deal with the issues of the youth? So we felt that we should partner together in this project, in reason of saying there's unemployment. The youth, they can go to schools, they go to university, they go anywhere. At the same time looking at the economic situation in this country. So that's where we said, YTT, looking at their passion of the youth, let's work together. You'll be where youth programs are. You'll be specializing only on these youth programs. We will specialize on the leadership.
ECLF believes that it is critical to engage beneficiaries in peace-building community projects, such as the one started by the youth in Kezi, in their communities, for communities and not just the youth.
There is 2 poles there which just need cleaning up and equipping. And then if there are some youth that are interested, yes, I don't mind lending them that piece of land.
Okay, yes. So that they can...
Yes, then I can keep on teaching them from here. No, do this, do this.
Okay. Oh, yes,
yeah.
There is a definite need for young people to be linked up with people with a mind of development who will create in them a mind of creativeness. The training they have got is neutral, and it looks at peace in its own unique way, not in the political way, but looking at conflict, different kinds of conflict.
Gogo Kerina was rejected by her son and daughter-in-law and now lives alone with no one to take care of her. A group of young girls is running a project aimed at the elderly, helping out with household chores as a way of ploughing back into their community.
She's one of the elderly ladies who are usually visited by the girls and boys in the YTT peace groups. They are called peace advocates. They get themselves together from different walks of life, from different socio-political from different political groups, different social groups, and different churches especially. And they have always said that it's very helpful to them as part of their peace building project, because it teaches them to work together, to realize that they've a bigger common problems which they can get together and help solving.
The project has an organized soccer team sprinting toward a goal for peace. The youth believe that by playing soccer together, they are building up the common ground and laying the path towards one goal of peace.
Looking at the political violence, political motivated violence, which mainly started at 2008 after the presidential election, when we were going for the runoff elections, there were a lot of young people who were being used to go and hunt and beat other young people and beat villagers within the community. And this created a chaotic situation within the area. Generally, the area was not full of peace. There was no peace at all. Because of the intervention of the Evangelical Ecumenical Church Leaders Forums, we have moved in a positive way. We do now have a peace, even though we need to work very hard to make sure that we prevent conflict from erupting if we have got another election that might come in the near future.
Amankazaneni besingakahlangani lawo for ukuthi sixoxisane peace building, ukuthi bemba approachile nje amanye angikhona bebengakakuzwisi bengakwazi becabangani ukuthi bengabecabangani ngami, but kodwa for now sibebuya khona sesiyahlangana sesikhuluma ke ngelokho ze peace building or for girls bengakahlangani labo ukuthi vele ngixoxisane labo.
I've realized that youths in the urban areas can work together effectively with youths in the rural areas, and especially when you're using sport as a tool for peace building. It's an effective tool for peace building because when you're on the same team, you're working towards a common goal, which is to win the game. So if there's conflict among youths who are on one team, that time when you're playing sport, it sort of gets rid of that conflict because you're working towards a common goal and you forget about any other, whether there are problems or conflicts or anything else that might be going on in your life or whatever.
Police chaplains and other pastors within the police force are working together to reduce crime.
Chitungwiza Christian Community Police Network has become a power to be recognized amongst the police force in Chitungwiza district. Your spiritual presence is felt throughout Chitungwiza district, at our parades, in our cells, in our camps of residence. Pastors, we dearly appreciate what you are doing.
Pastors from different denominations have been drawn to work with us as the police in trying to fight crime. That is our mandate. as the police were there to fight crime, to maintain peace and stability. And they've also come in, seen that they can play a big role in helping the police to fight crime.
And the realization that both the police and the church are actually fighting the same thing. I got this very clearly here today. He called it crime. We call it sin. It's the same thing. So it becomes critical that we work together. We are peace builders. And we have said, the Lord says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. And we said in Zimbabwe here, what we need most is peace. Those who are in conflict with one another, they need reconciliation. Those who are hurting in their hearts or in their bodies, they need healing. Those who are angry, we need to get that sting out and let everybody be happy. And we believe as churches we have an important role to play. And now you have brought in a very important element. Christian community and police together. I think we'll be able to make a big difference in Zimbabwe.
And what we seek to achieve is to give them skills of mediating within their own communities, resolving conflicts. They are also members from the community relations and liaison officers, which are called CRLOs within the police force. And these are critical. They are the people who deal with what we call domestic cases that are reported to the police station. So at times the wife is beaten by the husband beaten by the wife, and they are run to the police station. And these are the people who deal with that. Making them pay a fine does not resolve the conflict, and they will come back, you know. Now when they go home, the money is gone, paying fine, and the conflict is exacerbated. So giving them such skills is really a contribution towards peace building. If there is peace within the homes, then you are seeing positive towards peace building within the communities as well. Because if the peace begins with you, peace begins with me. And if there is peace between me and you, that means there is peace within our community, and crime is likely to go down.
The people of Chitungwiza commended ECLF for bringing the means of achieving conflict resolution into their communities, realizing that there can never be unity of purpose nor meaningful progress when different ethnic groups are viewing one another as enemies.
They are very important my workshops. Nekuti anoita empower vanhu vanoziva zvavari, vanhu vanochangamuka njere, wotaka kuziva kuti ndinani, wotaka kuziva zvinoreva kuti kuda hama yako kuita sei, kuda next door yako kuita sei, mafungiro makasiyana. Saka ma workshops ndo anoita sei, anovhura vanhu pfungwa.
Nyaya isovu nokurwa asi nokutaurirana nyaya inogona kuita sei kupera.
Roze vanhu vazhinji havabvunzi, vanongosvika vakutorwa vakutodzorera munhu akutorwa. Saka unomubvunzawo chiko wandiro here, modai motaurirana moregererana.
But bed of it, vakuru vedu vanenge vari kumusoro vanenge vachiwirirana, isusu hatisi kuwirirana. Isusu vanhu ngative tinonzwisisa, titsvage soko raMwari ritinatse mukati medu. Kana tanatswa nesoko todanana, sezvinongoreva Bible saka rimweni kuti dananai.
ECLF is traveling throughout the country holding workshops on conflict management to achieve total peace. This is part of the fulfillment of their role as church leaders and practitioners of spiritual guidance. ECLF is determined to reach the most remote areas of Zimbabwe in their efforts to achieve total conflict resolution and effective peace building.
Trauma counseling must back up the system very much. This thing does not only workshop only, but it needs, after that, as church leadership, we are appealing to all our churches, all our buildings, all our infrastructure to be open for peace corners, all pastors to engage themselves in only not in biblical counseling, but also in trauma counseling.
Ecumenical Church Leaders Forum was trained on a program known as Conflict Prevention Management, Resolution and Transformation. Our modus operandi, we started with the ministers fraternals. Then the ministers fraternals, they get to their respective communities where they mobilize the traditional leadership, community leadership, and so on. And then we go to those communities and do what we call the rollout process, where we teach about these things of conflict resolution. Why not use mediation as a skill of resolving our conflict than using violence?
It is our hope really that this can spread throughout the country.